This is the plaintiff, Devin. He says he purchased the car with an extended warranty from the defendant, and the guy isn't honoring the deal. When he called to discuss some issues he was having with the car, he hung up on him. He ended up having to fix everything on his own, at his expense. And he's now suing the defendant for every penny of the $4,451.41 it's going to cost him to fix it. This is the defendant, Alec Reimer. He says the plaintiff's a belligerent man, and there's no reasoning with him. As he got angrier and angrier, the communication completely broke down, and he decided to sue him. He can't wait to present his case to the judge so he can be rid of this Crummy guy. And he looks forward to walking out of here the victor today. He's accused of bad customer service.
All parties, please use your right hand. Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff bought a car with a warranty from the defendant, and he says that the guy's not honoring it. But the defendant says the plaintiff's an angry man and can't be dealt with. It's the case of Hot Wheels.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Devin,
Hi.
you're suing Route 69 Auto Sales, represented here by Alec Reimer. What's your position with the company?
Business manager, Your Honor.
Okay, you're not an owner, right?
No, I'm not.
But you have the authority by them to represent them?
Yes, by power of attorney.
Okay. You're suing them for $4,451.41 in car repairs and lost wages because, according to you, they breached their contract with you. You bought a 2002 Toyota Highlander from them for how much?
$6,400, and,
Okay.
And it included the taxes and registration also, Your Honor.
Okay. What day do you take the car?
I picked up the vehicle on 3/11, and so when I picked up the vehicle a few days after driving it, which I believe to be 3/22, if I remember right, I noticed a leak from the rear of the vehicle.
Okay.
It's pretty significant. I was only at work for about 4.5 hours that day.
Okay.
And when I came out to my car, it was a big puddle. I took pictures and I printed them.
Do you have the
off.
pictures with you?
I do, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, I have them.
Oh, okay.
So what am I looking at there?
So that is the leak from the rear differential. I just backed my car away to take a picture and kind of put my fingers on it.
So this is the leak, and what did you do when you saw the leak?
I immediately, as soon as I saw it, I called the defendant, this defendant's dealership, I guess whoever he
Right.
represents.
You can just call them the defendants.
Yes. And when I called to, when I got on the phone with them, as soon as he answered the phone, I did record it, Your Honor. I didn't get a chance to tell him it was a recorded line because he hung up on me as soon as I introduced myself. So I called back, and a different salesman answered the phone. I asked what the issue was, but then he hung up on me also.
Okay,
After
I want to hear that. Hold on. People you call and they hang up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's peculiar. Hold on. Do you have that with you in your
I do.
phone?
I guess the audio might have been too big.
Yeah, it's fine.
Can I help you?
Hi, is Mike there?
This is Mike.
Mike, it's Devin with the Toyota Highlander. Dave,
Okay.
are you there? Hello?
I don't think he's there. When is that phone call?
3:20, Your Honor.
Okay. And who was that fellow? Who was that? Mike who?
Sounds like Mike, the
Okay.
owner of
Why
the
did Mike
dealership.
hang up on a customer? I mean, I don't care how rude the customer was to him. Why would Mike just go on the customer?
The only
And
thing
if
I
he's
can-
not here to testify, we're going to speculate, aren't we?
Right. Well, Judge, he does have an affidavit here.
And what
that
does
I
he
filed
say?
with you. It says that he had initially been contacted by Devin with regard to the damages to the vehicle, one of which was replacement of the light switch, which I have here in court today. I can only assume, and I'm sorry, that's the best I can do, is that they had already had their blowout on the phone where Devin had insisted that he was going to do things at his time and at his pace.
So what? Let's assume Devin is an insister of the highest order. Why would your firm hang up on a customer like that when they're in the middle of a warranty? The only way to take advantage of it is to call you. And if you're going to hang up on them when he calls you, what's it going to do?
That's correct, Judge. But when the client contacts us and they try to arrange an appointment for him to come in and have the vehicle repaired, and he refuses to schedule an appointment and he insists that he's coming that moment, I imagine after 2 or 3 phone calls of that nature, you get tired of talking to the customer. I mean,
Maybe, but we're completely speculating because is any of that in his affidavit?
some of that is,
Let
Your
me
Honor.
see his affidavit. So they hang up on you twice, and then what happens? So what had happened that would cause him to hang up on you? Because that's not normal. So had you already had a blowout?
We had a talk on the phone in the beginning when I had first asked him to do the light switch, Your Honor. And he didn't like the fact that I told him I was going to call the Better Business Bureau because they gave it to me in writing. I'm not the light switch, I'm sorry, the window switch in the rear of the vehicle.
The plaintiff became very belligerent and demanded he be permitted to bring in the vehicle at that moment. He began screaming and swearing at me, insisting that it was his way or no way. I reiterated we would be happy to schedule an appointment. Is there no adult at the table where we can just work this out, where that, where it gets to this, where there's work you guys are supposed to do, and then he wants to do it now, and then you say, no, you can't do it now, and then you don't just give him a speedy appointment, and you don't just say, okay, that'll do, and then it just happens, because that's what the rest of us adults do.
Well, that's what we tried to.
Well, no, he hung up on him. And yes, you don't get it, you don't get to walk in the second you want to walk in. But also, no, he hung up on him. I mean, I don't know. All right. So now the story gets worse. What else happens to you?
Right. So I decided to try to fix it myself. I had to fix it myself, obviously, because the leak was so bad. So I took it to a local mechanic first to try to get it done. And they told me that they can't do it. Only the Toyota dealership can actually do that part, has special tools. So, I mean, I went up to the Toyota dealership and I paid that for it to be done.
Okay, now what is it that was done?
And it was the removal and replacement of both rear axle seals, the breather drain, and the fill plug recheck for leaks.
Okay, so let's say everybody got along and played nice together. And so let's say I call and I'm super sweet and nice. Yeah, when can you guys, if I brought it in, is that something that you guys would have done in the 30-day warranty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And that...
I would like to mention one point, if I may, is that the warranty requires that the work be performed at our facility. Any outside invoices are not honored, and that is in the language.
Okay, well, if you hang up on him, he can't bring it to your facility.
That's true,
right?
Judge.
He's got a tape of your guys hanging up on him.
He also has to be prepared to make an appointment.
Yes, he does. But if I call you, how do you know that what's going to come out of my mouth isn't, I'd like to make an appointment, if you hang up on me, right?
Because that had already happened.
No, but now I've changed my mind. I've seen the light. I've seen the promised land. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call you to make an appointment, but I can't get a word in edgewise because you hang up on me. That's a problem, right?
So if the guy who is supposed to honor the warranty hangs up on you, are you allowed to go to somebody else and charge the original guy who is supposed to honor the warranty for that repair?
Yes.
Because?
Because he hung up on you.
Is that enough?
More than enough.
So whatever it is, you go to somebody who won't honor the warranty and they have to pay the money.
Of course.
Okay, and you're gonna have the last word.
Just because you have an attitude problem doesn't mean you don't have to pay.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
You had a problem with the valve oil leak and spark plugs. When did you have that problem?
I took it to the Toyota dealership. When I took it to the Toyota dealership, I didn't say anything. They noticed that it was leaking so profusely. And I have it in writing that they were going to fix that.
Did they fix it?
They did not, Your Honor.
Okay, did anybody fix it?
Not yet, Your
Are
Honor.
you driving
I
it
just got
around?
a quote. Yes, Your Honor.
Like that? All right,
It's
give me the estimate from Toyota, and let me see the date on that.
Sure.
So this is still within the 30 days. Let's assume everybody was playing nice. Is that something that would have been covered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I just would like to add that this is a 2002 vehicle, 17 years old. If you
Right.
take a 17-year-old Toyota to a Toyota dealership and you ask them to evaluate the vehicle,
I know.
And, okay, you'll come out with a $9,000
Sure,
bill. Okay?
I know.
Right.
So you know what I would do? I wouldn't hang up on him.
Your Honor, the initial claim also said that he's suing for a hitch. That was part of the
We're going to talk
contract.
about that in a second because I have experience with a hitch.
The hitch is on
Master
the
switch
vehicle.
back window. Tell me about that. That's what you have in your hands that you guys never installed.
That's where the argument arose.
Okay, because he wanted to come in right away. What was the argument about?
So, Your Honor, when we did purchase the vehicle, I realized that was one of the things that I could at least figure out that there was one problem was the switch didn't work. That's when I had the
Why is the
recorded.
owner saying that you were swearing and cursing and all that stuff?
I was swearing, Your Honor. I was
Okay,
upset.
what were you swearing and cursing about?
Because they told me about the window. They kept putting me off and putting me off every time for the
So
window.
what exactly did you say to them?
So as far as I can remember, probably like this is bull crap. What the other word though, obviously, and I'll call the Better Business Bureau on you guys if you guys really don't.
Oh,
get
it was
this
a Better
car.
Business Bureau. Those were the magic words.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. So talk to me about the U-Haul hitch, because apparently they hooked up the U-Haul hitch, but they didn't connect the wires so that there would be actual lights going on the U-Haul hitch,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah, why not?
Contract calls for the placement of a hitch on a vehicle through U-Haul. We sent it to U-Haul and
So-
had the hitch placed. I guess there had been no discussion about lighting or wiring, Your Honor. You can tow a vehicle without having, lighting wires on a hitch. there's several types
That
of
doesn't
hitches.
sound safe, does it?
Not everything that you're towing has lights on it. I mean, there are situations where a hitch is just what you're looking for.
Okay, but why would I ever, when you agree to put a hitch on, not think that you're going to connect the wires so that it's safe for me?
Well, it's not as though the hitch...
Okay, we've talked enough about this, because that you're going to pay for, I guarantee you. What lost wages? What's that about? No, you know what? Don't even tell me. All right. Regarding the rear axle seals, the valve oil leak, the master switch, all of which they were supposed to take care of, according to him, in the 30 days, I find that the hanging up on you kind of prevented that, and I'm going to order them to reimburse you for that. Regarding the U-Haul hitch, I'm with him, not with you. No lost wages. That means that I am finding in the plaintiff's favor in the amount of $2,429.62. That's my verdict. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, the plaintiff has proved his case, at least to the tune of a little over $2,400. Mr. Reimer, you came in here saying you were convinced you were going to walk out of here the winner on this today. What happened?
Gentleman made his case, and I think we had a valid defense. I still believe that the terms of the contract were very clear. I think we tried to take care of Devin.
You know what killed your case?
Hanging up.
Hanging up.
Yes, sir.
Bad move. You could go tell. How are you going to tell your boss that?
Very plain English.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good luck.
Have a good day.
Very good. Mr. Devin? Do you think you were a little nasty on the phone with him, maybe?
Sure, yeah.
You could have been nicer.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
You get more with honey than you do with salt, as they say.
Yeah, where people score, right?
Yeah. Well, you won.
Yeah.
You didn't get everything, but you got a lot.
That's right.
2,400 and some bucks.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, Harvey, what do you think?
I got to tell you, Doug, by hanging up on the plaintiff, that is essentially dishonoring the warranty, and that's why the defendant has to pay.